Welcome back, you guys, to another episode of the Bull City Pioneers podcast. Tuning in to your two favorite Latinos. My name is Hector.
My name is Luis.
And welcome to episode 79.
79, something like that. Yo, we've had a couple guests this year. I'm excited about, I'm just so happy that we've had more interviews, starting in the new year. I'm definitely excited for this. We are in December. Happy Valentine's Day. This is going to come out
the following
after Valentine's Day, which is totally fine, but happy Valentine's Day. I hope you spent it with a loved one. Hope, you guys were chilling. Had a wonderful Valentine's Day. Maybe you didn't. Maybe you did. If you didn't, that's all right too.
Had a boo thing.
Right. If you have a boo thing. If you don't have a boo thing, like, that's all cool. You know what I'm saying? But
or if you just chilled by yourself,
yeah,
watching
I mean,
candy.
Right.
Chocolate
and
by
the thing
yourself,
is, you know what I'm saying? The thing is, maybe you don't need to have a boo thing for Valentine's Day. You know what I'm saying? Take your mom out to dinner.
Facts.
Buy her some flowers. Do what you gotta do. You know what I mean? There's always a woman in your life.
Mm-hmm.
If that be that special lady, that being your mom, your aunt, your sister, your friend, your best friend. That's from a different sex, but it's just your best friend. Nothing serious. Just saying.
Platonic friends.
Right.
Platonic friends.
Right.
That's the word, ain't it?
Yeah. Right.
That was like a trend recently or something. Platonic.
Right. It's cringy. To me, it's cringy. I don't know. What do you guys think? Is it cringy, that word? Platonic friends.
It's not the topic for today.
Right. It's not. But he brought it up. By the time this video goes up, I'll be 20 years old. 20 years old. That's crazy.
It's the 17th, right?
Right, yeah. The day before.
What day of the week is that?
It's Monday, the day before we upload this.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
Right, yeah.
This boy, this man,
you got I'm 20 years away from 40, 10 years from 30.
Bro, how's it
That's
like?
Crazy.
How's it like on your last week of your teen years?
Bro, it's honestly freaking crazy, man. Cause I'm just like, damn, I have not done what I hoped I was gonna have done by year 20, but that's okay. And that's one of the topics that we're gonna talk about this podcast for sure. So we got our first topic. So Hector, growing up, we all use the apps, especially social media apps. And there's honestly always some apps that people could never live without. I have a special answer for this question, but I'll let you answer first because mine is a special response. One, it's like an app that most people think they could live without, but I think is actually very essential. But go ahead, you go ahead first.
You're asking me what was my most essential or app
what app could you not live without?
Now or in the past?
Now.
Oh shit! I want to say none, dude, because I
So if you go
rely on an app.
Right.
I go through phases of maybe getting a little too addicted to
right. So bro, but if I go on your phone and I deleted all your apps.
I would, if I had to choose between a social media one or say my photo gallery, because that has pictures of my family and stuff, and videos that I would want to look back on just to reminisce.
Right.
I would choose to keep my photo library. I think that's
really okay. So that's something you cannot live without. That you couldn't live without, or you could live. How the fuck? You couldn't live without
himself.
I'm getting confused. Yeah, I'm just running in circles. But for me, this is gonna sound weird, and most people are gonna be like, "What the heck?"
Grindr?
No, sir. But my response to that question is the app that I couldn't live without would be Google Maps.
Oh, you got me. Okay.
Yo, the thing about it is, images for your camera roll and your albums, Yes, that's important, but you can always print stuff out, and also
like the
right
cloud.
Right, and not only that, there's on Instagram you have the highlights, and you upload your most memorable memories, usually on Instagram, that being your Finsta or your main account or your business account or whatever account. But let's
I guess the photo library doesn't count because it comes on the phone already. Like, you can't delete it.
Right. But I mean, it's still an app. It's still an app, definitely. But the reason why I say that I couldn't live without Google Maps is because last summer I went and worked in Charlotte. It wasn't my first time in the city, but it was my first time living in the city, correct? So it's like I was literally using Google Maps every day. Every time I left the house, the where I was living, I was using Google Maps, and I was like, dang, I actually use this app way more than I thought. And it's way more important. Bro. Right. And then I started thinking, like, how did my parents do it, bro? Because they didn't even have GPS back in the day, bro. Right. No, not even that, bro. Not even that. They had memory, and they had a good sense of direction. I don't know about you guys, but, growing up Hispanic or Latino in a in a Latin country, you gotta base a lot of things off memory. That being your phone numbers, directions, what else? Just like numbers like your license number, your social security number. Like, I mean, I would understand social security number, but people really have the oldies, the old school people have their their license number. By memory. They know it by memory. I'm like, damn, I could never. I'm sorry. No. They have their right. They have like every banking number by memory. Like
Social security number you should know by memory.
Right. I don't know that. Yeah, that's what I said earlier. Yeah, definitely. But that's like, dang, man. It's Google Maps. Also, by the way, I don't mess with Apple Maps. They suck.
I was gonna ask you that too.
They suck. They suck. Let's be honest. Yeah, they suck. Google Maps, it's right. You know how to build phones, but you don't know how to build, GPS apps. But it is what it is, man. You need Google Maps, bro. You need Google Maps. You are, this generation, we're based off of.
Without our phones, we're lost, bro.
Right. Heck yeah, bro. We've been living in Durham for years now, probably decades at this point. And let's be honest, we probably get lost. But
almost 2 decades actually.
Me, a decade and a half, maybe something like that. But we still get lost in our city, which is crazy.
Not the main part. It's just like the
roads. You're right. The back roads. I mean, let's be honest, bro. Sometimes in Central Durham too, bro. Sometimes, you know what I'm saying. Sometimes.
Not me.
Not you.
Central Durham, I'm good.
Right. Oh,
I just don't know street names.
Oh,
like,
right.
All my friends.
We need it. I can't remember street names.
I just remember landmarks.
Right.
And routes. That's it.
And the thing is, our parents growing up, they had to know everything by street names, and if they didn't know anything by street names, they were lost, which is freaking crazy. But I mean, it is what it is.
I know some major ones.
Right.
Some of the major ones, but I just do routes.
I mean, and at the end of the day, this is the product of technology. You know what I mean? The better technology gets, the less we got to remember stuff and less work we got to do for our brain, which is actually not a good thing in the long run, but it does help us out a lot because you can find the best routes or best ways to do things. Just like, best ways. Like if you're, on the side of the road with a flat tire, people back in the day, if you didn't know how to, change a flat tire, you were fucked. Nowadays, you just gotta look it up on YouTube and make sure you got the tools. You know what I mean? So, definitely. One thing that I want to, speak about, Hector, is I just said this not too long ago, is Hispanic or Latino. A lot of people don't know the difference between a Latino and a Hispanic. Do you know what it is?
I do. Enlighten everybody who doesn't.
Okay, you sure you do?
I'm not gonna lie. It does, blend.
All right. So, Latino and Hispanic.
I should be fucking ashamed.
Bruh, that's crazy. No, I mean, it's fine. A lot of Hispanics / Latinos don't know what it means, which is totally fine. But the difference is that Latinos are all not all Latin America, all from Mexico and down. That's all, like, we're all Latinos. But then Hispanic, it's a group of people made up of the Latinos, especially kind of like a subgroup basically. So Hispanics are all the countries that speak Spanish or that were conquered once by the Spanish. You know what I mean? So Mexico, all Central America, a lot of South America as well. So that's basically the difference. I mean, basically the key idea is, if you don't speak Spanish, in your native country, you're probably not, if the number one language isn't Spanish, you're probably not a Hispanic, you're a Latino. So countries like let's say Brazil, so basically any other country that doesn't speak Spanish, they're Latin, they're Latino or Latinas, but they're not Hispanic. But yeah.
Fact check. The audience.
Right.
Fact check.
Right. Did you guys know what it meant? I knew what it meant. My man Hector did not know what it meant. It's totally fine. It's totally fine, dude. You learn new stuff, new things every day.
The more you know.
Right.
I'm gonna put that right in the
Bruh, that's funny. But another topic that I want to talk about, man, is one thing that I've been catching myself do a lot, like a lot, is when I you know this. I have, we all have goals and we all have plans where we say, oh, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that, this is my goal. But then, as time progresses, your goals, your plans, and your aspirations, they all change. And then, right, yeah, they morph. And that's normal for, that's at the end of the day, that's what life is, things change, they morph, whatever he said. But just like me, back in high school, I wanted to, build a brand just like Hector, you know what I mean? I wanted to, but then I was like, as time progressed, I started to have more interest, started to get more into real estate, and I was like, you know what, man,
What was the name you were gonna give that brand?
Vicey.
You were gonna call it Vicey.
Because of Venice Beach, and not the one in the US, but the one in Italy. I was like, yo, me and my friend, we were gonna build a brand, and I was like, bro, this sounds like a dope ass name.
I mean, it looks clean. It was Vicey, right?
Yeah, Vicey.
I could see that looking pretty clean in certain fonts.
Yeah, you're right. But stuff didn't work out. I wanted to do different things.
But anyway.
Right. And the thing is, I wanted to start a brand, but then I was like, fuck that. Put that to the side. I wanted to get into real estate. Now I'm into real estate. And the thing is like, people, they stick to certain things just because they tell other people, I'm going to do this.
Yeah.
And then they basically kind of like make a gel for themselves, man. Like, they don't let themselves do what they actually want to do because they told the general public, hey, this is what I'm going to do. This is my biggest plan. This is what's going to happen in a couple years. And then they're like, dang, man, this is not going to happen anymore because I don't want to do this anymore. But I have to do this because I told everyone that I was going to do this. You know what I mean? That I had this whole goal that I was going to, build a certain company for this certain market. But I'm like, dude, it's totally, it's a good thing to change. You know what I mean? It's okay to, go off path and do something else, not do what you wanted to do at first. Like if you, just like when you go into college, a lot of students say they want to do one thing, but when they graduate, they end up at a same thing, you know what I mean? They end off in a way different area, you know what I mean? Which is totally fine. And that's what a lot of people don't, they don't realize. Like sometimes you might want to go in and be a doctor, but then you fall in love with helping people and
I'm pretty sure if you're a doctor you still
no, I'm saying in a different way.
Right.
Like maybe you don't want to be a doctor, maybe you want to be a CNA, a certified nurse assistant.
True.
Or you want to get into business, or you want to be a chiropractor like I did at one point.
For real?
Yeah,
I don't remember that phase.
Well, I'm still in the phase. No, I was kidding. No, I'm not.
It's okay.
You want me to crack your neck?
It's okay.
Oh,
you do that a lot.
Right, that's what chiropractors do. You want me to crack your neck?
After the show.
Right now. No. Right now. Come on, man.
Oh my God.
All right. Get in the middle. I got you. Now get in the middle. See
okay.
Right.
I don't even.
All right. This might be the.
No! I remember you did a video of my brother doing this.
Oh yeah. This might be the last time you see Hector breathing.
Turn this way.
No, you good. I got you. Oh, never mind. You don't got a crack. It's not up. There you go. No, you didn't have nothing. You didn't have nothing.
It's like, bro, I was like, this guy don't know what the fuck he's doing.
Bro. And Hector, I have a question for you. Getting getting a close up and just getting personal, close up and personal. Do you see yourself?
You got up close and personal on my face.
Right. Do you still see yourself doing the Hectic Wear brand? This might be very personal, and it might make your brain just fumble, just a little bit. Do you see yourself doing Hectic Wear for the rest of your life?
I see myself doing many things, not just Hectic Wear.
Right.
But I mean, like you said, it is kind of like a touchy subject right now for me, because I haven't really told anybody much about it. I just because I don't really post stuff.
Right.
Like I used to.
Do you still do that 1 per day post?
Nah, I stopped that like a year ago. Over a year ago.
Right.
But it's I want to keep doing it. It's just it's my other projects.
Right.
Like what you said. Like when you decide to change your mind about things, it's okay to change.
Your mind. That's right.
But
that's a lot. That's what a lot of people don't understand, and it actually sometimes it even ends up like affecting them mentally because they're just so focused and they're doing one thing, that one thing, and then they don't realize that what's best for them is something else. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. But I started doing things that I felt more confident in, like my photography, and I wanted to invest my time in things that that I saw more potential in, like the podcast, like my photography, and I still really I enjoy the process of making my clothes and stuff, designing my own things, and I still have designs in the vault that I want to put out, but it's not the thing at the forefront of my mind, And like I said, I want to do a lot of things.
It's a lot of dope shit coming out, I can tell you that.
But I want to take it one step at a time.
Right.
Because, the biggest thing that you could do is try to take on so many things, and then you fall on your ass and you go.
Right. And I mean that's the thing. It's all right to give something a rest for like a year to try something else, and then if you don't like that other thing, go back to plan A. You know what I mean? Like
I just want to do it little by little.
Right.
I don't want to push it too much like I was, because it was also just a big toll financially.
Oh hell yeah!
Obviously, because it's clothes, it's a physical product. But I decided to change my mind a little bit. It didn't
change your direction just a little bit, right?
It wasn't at the forefront of my mind. And
so he was going northeast. Now he's going a little bit more east than north. He's not in the middle. He's not going northeast anymore. He's going more east. You know what I'm saying?
I guess.
I'm just fucking around. But no, definitely.
It's okay to change.
Right, it's okay. And see, that's the thing. Sometimes people value their word to other people more than they value themselves and their mental health. Yeah. You know what I mean?
And their interests.
Right, and their interests. Like, dude, I'm gonna be honest with you. In high school, I thought I was just like that. I was like, I gotta do this because I already told people that I was gonna do this, so I have to do it. Now I'm just like, bro.
I felt that pressure.
Right. And now I'm just like, bro, if I don't want to do something, if I don't like it anymore, if I find more interest in something else, or if I see more potential in something else, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it for my well-being, for my own personal interest,
for my future.
Right, in my future. You know what I mean? I fuck what anybody has to say. I want to take care of myself and my future and what I have to do and what I want to do to make sure I'm good for the future and mentally, emotionally, and physically. You know what I mean? So, it is what it is. So, for sure.
That's what we got for today, though.
Hell yeah, that's all we got. You sure we didn't have one more topic?
Pretty sure that was it.
From your phone?
No.
You sure? Open it up.
That was the topic for another day.
Oh, you sure?
Yeah.
Let me see.
This man. That one. That one's for
Oh, okay. You want it for another day?
Yeah,
all right, that's cool.
That one's
That's cool.
one.
All right, I'm down. All right, but thank you guys tuning in. Oh no, we need one more thing. Pioneer question or Pioneer quote. You want to do the quote or question?
I'll do the question.
Okay, I'll do the quote. I'll go first. So for my quote for this week, Pioneer Nation, I think that I'm gonna say, if you've already told your mom, your friend, your sister, your girlfriend, your boyfriend, your side hoe. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. Shoot. I'm just kidding. That's totally a joke.
No, side
hoes. That's fine. Yo, if you've already told your loved ones, your friends, your mother, your father, your sisters, everybody that you're gonna do one thing, but you find another interest that you see more potential in, that you know you're gonna do better in, or that you just like doing more, but you can't. You're making yourself stick to one hole because you told the general public that you're gonna do that one thing. It's okay to start digging another hole. Just because you already started one hole doesn't mean you can't start another. You know what I mean? So
a lot of holes.
That's a lot of holes. Sometimes a lot of people dig a lot of holes before they find their, the hole that they actually like, the perfect hole.
My favorite movie is Holes.
Oh really? Oh, that's not my favorite movie, but it's a pretty good movie. Right. But yeah. Keep digging holes until you find your favorite hole. It's all right to dig a lot of holes.
That's an interesting quote. I like it though.
I don't like saying holes so much though, because it starts sounding like I'm saying holes. But yeah, what's your question, bro?
My pioneer question. Do you feel pressured by your parents or friends and family or social media to stick to what it is that you're doing, or are you doing it because of the love for it? That's my question.
Dope. So definitely surrounding one topic, one subject. It goes back to accountability, but that's for another day. But thank you guys for tuning in to the Bull City Pioneers podcast. Always remember to like, share, subscribe. We are, you can find us at Bull City Pioneers on all streaming platforms, Instagram, Twitter, not yet.
For the longest.
Right.
We still gotta sort that out.
Bruh. But thank you guys for tuning in to the Bull City Pioneers podcast. I'm Luis.
I'm happy.
And we'll see you next time.
Peace.
Peace out.